gone through history, the modern broiler industry actually started in the Delmarva Peninsula, which is down in Delaware. And it started with one woman who ordered 20 chicks, and she got 200 birds. There was a mistake at the hatchery. She kept all 200 birds, she raised them up, and she sold off the excess and made a lot of money. And so the next year she bought 1,000, then 2,000, then 10,000, then 50,000. And she is credited with starting the idea of raising chickens for meat production. And so just as we have with the other animal classes, our birds that we use are hybrids. They're basically crossbred chickens that takes various characteristics and we bring it to a final cross that we call a hybrid. Okay, so it's not a pure line. So we take the White Rock breed, which is this group of birds. Here's the females, here's the males. Females are called hens. The males are called roosters, right? Okay. They have they're a meaty bird, but they have high egg production capabilities. So we keep that bloodline in the final cross because the other cross we make is with the Cornish breed, which is a little bit smaller than the White Rock. So the White Rock brings a size. The White Cornish has very heavy muscling in the bird, especially in the drumstick, the thigh, and the breast of the bird. Where's the white meat on the chicken? On the breast. Exactly right. So all this white meat is very desirable, and there's a little bit of white meat in the wing as well. And so a lot of times, how many of you have had hot wings before? Yeah, everybody's had hot wings. Or drumettes, those are on the wings too. Those are very desirable. And so we get the size of the meat mass from the White Cornish, we get the body size and the egg production from the White Rock, and we end up with a hybrid broiler. And that's what you have in those flats there. This is a typical day on the inside of a chicken house. You can see the males and the females commingling here. This right here is the nest boxes where the hens go in and lay their eggs. And then we have feeders right here along the way. This is watering lines here. So every day, a caretaker is in there looking over these birds. They're highly prized, they're very valuable, and so they're watched very closely. Okay, so that's the formula for the modern broiler that we have today. We mimic what the hen does on the nest artificially. And the reason why we do that is that we're able to control the environment that those eggs are in. And so the incubators that you'll see here in this Quigs room are a mimic of the larger incubators that we have in hatcheries around the county. Special flats, that's what these trays are called here, have holes in them that allow air to move through them very easily. And the eggs sit in these plastic trays and are put into an incubator that keeps the temperature of the egg at a uniform rate so that all the eggs would progress at the same time. They actually sit on a 45-degree angle and they tilt through that angle. And that's very important. Turning is an important part of egg development, and a hen will turn her eggs constantly as they're incubated. And we do that artificially by swiveling these trays on a hinge, and they'll move through a 90-degree turn every other hour or every hour, depending on the type of incubator that we have. You need to turn them, if you're doing it at home, you need to turn them an odd number of times. Question?
Don't you get like attacked when you try to take the eggs from the hens?
Well, not necessarily. No, they're not as attached to the eggs as, say, an egg-type chicken. So an egg-type chicken may bite you. We call that booginess in chickens. But for the most part, the broiler hens are just happy to get in there, lay their eggs, and they go out and they run around. So, not that big a deal. With the leghorns, yeah, they tend to fight you for the eggs, and I've been bit many a time by the chicken going for the eggs. So anyway, so as you can see, a whole room here, there'll be hundreds of thousands of eggs in a single incubator at one time. And the airflow through this incubator is very important. In fact, you can see right here where the air duct is blowing fresh air into the incubator all the time. Everything is computer controlled. In fact, it's to the point now that the incubator has a phone link, and actually the incubator manager, the hatchery manager, will get a call from his incubator saying, "Hey, I'm too hot. Come fix me." Which is kind of wild, yeah. Or he can sit at the kiosk at Starbucks with his portable computer and pull up all the hatchery and see all the incubators, all the conditions, and so forth. They're all solid state, they're all computer controlled, and so forth. So they know exactly how the eggs are doing at any point in time. And that's important because there's actually two sets of incubators in the hatchery. One is called a setter, S-E-T-T-E-R, setter. And the setter takes the eggs from 0 days from the beginning of incubation all the way to the 19th day. For the 19th day, they're so big the embryo is so big in the egg, they no longer need to be turned. And so they're moved into what we call the hatcher, H-A-T-H-E-R, hatcher. And the hatcher is a specific incubator that allows the chicks to hatch out unencumbered. They sit in a big, long tray, almost like a box in the incubator. So all these are hatchers of different types. Here's the fans and the heating unit and the cooling unit that sits between these racks. There's actually 4 buggies, almost 50,000 chicks hatching in this single room all by themselves. Okay, so it's divided into two stages: the hatcher or the setter and the hatcher from the last 3 days, basically. And when you open up that door as they're hatching out, it's very, very noisy. Just think about an assembly where everybody is in the auditorium and they're all talking at the same time. It's kind of like a dull roar. Well, when you open these incubators up with the chicks in there, they're all chirping at the same time. And so all you hear is chirping. That's a good sign. Okay? They do come out, the white feathered birds do come out looking a little yellow. That's what they normally look like. And that's actually specific feathers we call down. D-O-W-N, down, like down periscope. And the down keeps them warm as they start off life, and that carries them through until they start molting. Molting is the shedding of feathers into their adult plumage. Yes, ma'am?
Do some of them not make it? Do some of them die?
Yes. Just as with people, not everybody who's hatching makes it. And so we see about a 90% hatch of fertile eggs. That's kind of the target we're looking for. Over 90% hatch of fertile, that's a good sign. Now, why do I say hatch of fertile? This seems really obvious, but some people don't pick up on it.
Well, some eggs would not be fertilized.
Fertile, right. And so an infertile egg won't hatch because it's not fertile, right? There's nothing growing in it. And so we look at not only how many infertile eggs we have, but of the fertile eggs we have, how well are they hatching out, because they have the potential to hatch. And that's why we use a method of measuring we call hatch of fertile, HFE, hatch of fertile eggs, to see how we're doing.